All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the GMS on the go. I got you with another lesson. Before we get into that, we're going to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Next up, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us 100% truth of the Bible, and who rule well. The peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all sincerity and diligence.
That's right.
And we're just going to get into the lesson, and it's going to be, centered around payback. Yep. Payback is coming.
That's right.
Right.
Payback is coming for you red Hebrew Edomites, you so-called white people.
Mm-hmm. Right. Proverbs or 2 Thessalonians first? Okay, God. That's on you, Shua.
God. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Right. And that word recompense means to pay back.
Yep.
You see, so it's a righteous thing with Yahweh Shema Shah. You see, the one and only true and living power. You see, to pay back tribulation, adversity, hell, to you so-called white people, you red Hebrew Edomites. Why? Because you so-called white people have been troubling so-called Negroes, Latino Americans for years. You see, for decades. You see, y'all been lynching us, hanging on trees. You see, y'all been having dogs eat us to death.
Yep.
You see, here it is 2019, y'all still shooting us down in the street. Oh. You see, you so-called white people, y'all got a lot to pay for it. You see, so it's a righteous thing with Yahweh Shema Shah to pay back tribulation to you you red Hebrew Edomites, you devils, you so-called white people.
And kind of, if I could chime in, yeah, ultimately it's the so-called white man, but you other nations, you can get it too, man, because you have your foot in our asses too, man.
That's right.
Because you so-called Africans, you other heathens, man, you walk around like you better than us too. You oppress our people too, man, which is stupid little mini markets, your cleaners, talking about some hurry up and buy. You know what I'm saying? You look down on Jake, man. So the Yahweh Shema Shah, who the word in the cause God Jesus Christ, is going to make sure we put our foot in your asses too, man. It's just Esau is going to catch the most hell.
That's right.
You want to preach that, brother?
You already know.
This is the book of Proverbs 11-21. You can give me Galatians 6 and 7. Proverbs 11-21. Yep. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
That's right. Though hand join in hand, the wicked, which is Esau, the so-called white man, you see, they're not going to go unpunished for all the wickedness they have done on the face of the earth and to you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. You see? So Esau he's not going to go unpunished. Yahweh Shema Shah got something for these red Hebrew Edomites. You see, and the ones of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans who want to be joined hand in hand with Esau, the so-called white man. You see, who want Esau, the so-called white man, to make it. You see, when Esau, so-called white man, go down, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans go down with this devil. You see, that's why the scripture said, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked is not going to go unpunished." Esau is not going to go unpunished, you see, for all the wickedness that's going on the face of the earth. You see, because right about now, Esau got fluoride all in the water, GMO foods. You see, they were eating chemtrails being spraying the sky out of these planes. Homosexuality, bestiality. You see, it's nothing but all manner of wickedness going on the face of the earth. Right. You see, so these devils are not going to go unpunished. And again, the ones of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans who want to be joined hand in hand with these devils, you're going to go down when they go down.
I got a definition for you. The definition of the word unpunished means not receiving a penalty or sanction as retribution, Slakia, for a transgression. Right, and that's exactly so the so-called white man Esau, Edom, you know what I'm saying, and these heathens are going to receive a penalty, man. They're not going to get away for what they did, man. That's why the scripture says they're not going to be unpunished, man. Because when you go unpunished, meaning you didn't receive a judgment for what you did. But you so-called white people, starting off with your so-called white people and you other heathen nations, you're going to receive double for what you did to us, man. The Lord's going to let us go a hand first and full force on you, man. There's not even words to begin the anger that the Lord's going to put on us. The Lord's going to be a part of that number in that day, man.
That's right.
You can give me which verse you got? You got
Yeah,
Revelation.
Revelations,
Yeah, come.
This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right, which means if you can get understanding what the scripture's about to say, then understand it, soak it, and receive it.
Verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, and who is that talking about, man? Who has been oppressing the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians for hundreds of years, man, and put them in the worst state possible, man? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, man. And like I said earlier, through the spirit, these other nations are gonna get their butts kicked too. But so-called white man Esau, Edom, has been going hard on our people, man, because they got that perpetual hatred for our people, man. You know, so he that leadeth into slavery is going to go into slavery, because every nation under the heavens had us in slavery, man. You know.
Yeah, can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, come on.
And how did you so-called red Hebrew Edomites lead the so-called Negroes, Latino Americans into slavery? You led us into slavery by the way of those cargo slave ships.
Right.
That's right.
Over here to America and all around the four corners of the earth.
That's right. What you got, brother?
I'm going to finish that off.
Oh, okay, come on.
Yep. Verse 10, Revelation chapter 13, verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, and this is a perfect example of balance, man. Because you can't just do something to a people and expect not judgment from what you did to that people, man. You know, especially when you did nothing but all manner of wickedness to that people, you know. Like the so-called white man taking over the Gadites and the Reubenites in the Northern Kingdom by taking their lands, by raping their women, by raping the men. You know, then they brought the Southern Kingdom over here. You know, so we had to pay for what we did, our transgressions, our iniquities. So the so-called white man and you other heathen nations, you're gonna pay for what you did, man. That's called balance, man. You can't have left without right. You can't have up without down, man. You know. Read on, brother.
That's right. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, because we have to wait on the Lord to give us our payback, man. Because ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai going to get that payback first, and then he's going to put his spirit on us, according to Ezekiel, the 25th chapter, and he's going to let us get down, man. You know, Lord's willing to be the elect, the 144,000. You know, he's going to let us get us some in, man. You know? Just like you jump on a person, man. The person that's getting a butt whoop, and the leader be like, all right, now it's time for you to go come get some. You know, and the other person come and they stomp the crap out of him, man. That's going to be the elect in that day. Lord's willing will be a part of that number.
That's right. And, just to prove that the saints of the Most High, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And just to prove that, this is Psalms chapter 148, verse 14.
Right.
He also exalteth the horn of his people.
Right.
The praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
Right, so that's the saints, man. You know, starting off with Lord Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, and the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. We are the saints according to the Bible, man. You know, the Israelites are the saints. We just proved it, you know. So they can't say we just running our mouths here, because we backing up everything that we say according to the scriptures.
You on Galatians?
Galatians 6 and 7.
Did you have it? No.
Which one had that?
No, I got it.
What you got?
Bring it up. Bring it up.
This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7.
Right.
Be not deceived.
Right, which means don't be deceived, man, with these false prophets and what these false religions say, man, of loving everybody. Oh, God loves everybody. Oh, let bygones be bygones, man. The elect of the nation of Israel is not going to be deceived by those vain words, man. You know, that's why the scripture says, be not deceived, man.
And if you look into that word deceive, it means don't be tricked.
Right, tricked. Right, that's right, brother. Good point.
And it reads, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
And what is the so-called white man and these other heathen nations sowed in the earth, man? Nothing but wickedness, man. Rape, robbery, and murder, man. Primarily the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, starting off with their wicked elites, man. That's what they have sown, man. So since they sown slavery and rape, robbery, and murder, you know, that's exactly what they're going to receive in righteousness, though. But double, you know. They're gonna receive double in righteous judgment, man. You know, payback is coming, man. We're gonna get, Lord's willing, we be a part of that number, the elect. We get us some, man. We be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. You know, and we gonna be ruling over these devils, man.
That's right.
That's right.
What you got? Jeremiah 30.
I was about to get that too.
What y'all got? When y'all bring it out?
I got Isaiah 14.
Yeah, bring that out.
This is Isaiah.
Take time. Yeah, because this is exactly what this lesson is going into. It's going in on payback, man. Like the brother was breaking down earlier in the 2 Thessalonians, the 1st chapter, man. It is a righteous thing for us to get paid back for what these heathens did to us, man. Why? Because it's according to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son's plan, man. Since the beginning of time, you know? All this was already predestined to happen, man. But once we get in our kingdom, in the kingdom of heaven, it will be no more wickedness upon the face of the planet Earth, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
14 and 1?
14, 21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21.
Right.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Right. Prepare slaughter for whose children? Primarily the so-called white man Esau, Edom, man. You know? Because they have sown nothing but wickedness upon the face of the earth and done nothing but fought against our people, man. That's why Zechariah 11:5 said, who possesses slay them will hold themselves not guilty, man. You know? To prepare slaughter for the descendants of Christopher Columbus, Andrew Jackson, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln,
That's right.
you know, all these different slave owners, you know, all these buck breakers, you know, prepare slaughter for the descendants of them, man, because they're not here right about now. But guess what? Their descendants are.
Yep.
And guess what? You're going to be destroyed, man.
I was saying,
through the
technically,
spirit.
you are your forefathers coming back in reincarnation.
Yep.
That's the spirit, yep.
What you
about to say that
too?
too?
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Right, for the wickedness of their fathers, man. What's some of the things that their forefathers did? Like I said, they raped the men, they raped little boys, they stole people's lands, they're taking everybody's resources. They're pretty much saying they own everything that it ain't theirs.
Rape the women.
You know, they raped the women.
Fed babies to alligators.
Right, they fed babies to alligators.
Just to get them alligator boots.
Right.
Yeah.
They threw slaves overboard because they was sick, because we was all packed in together. So we was getting all type of diseases and stuff like that from us throwing up on each other and stuff like
made
that.
us fight to our death against our own people.
Right, exactly. That's oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, bro. No,
I wasn't about to say, no, I was just saying, see, that was all.
Yeah, see, that's some of the iniquities that the so-called white people forefathers did to us, man, to our forefathers. So they gonna receive the same judgment, man. But double, you know.
That, and it reads on, verse 21, that they do not rise nor possess the land.
Right, they're not going to come back at the power once they get knocked out of power, man. Once the nuclear missiles and the laser beams from the so-called UFOs come and make this place desolate, man, the so-called white man or these other heathen nations will no longer come back into power, man.
That's right.
It's going to be nothing but the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of righteousness be established, man, forever and ever and ever, man, according to the book of Daniels. Read.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right, like their Mount Rushmores, man. Having all that they call it the great presidents that pretty much discovered America. That's what they say. Yeah. They got George Washington. I think they got John Adams. They got Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. And then they got Andrew Jackson up there.
Yeah,
you know,
just elaborating on brothers, like this Christian said, you're not going to fill the face of the world with cities. You see all these buildings and houses and everything you see going on in Esau's building, they're not going to be able to fill the face of the world with cities, buildings, and anything no more. Right. Why? Because like the brother was saying, when these nuclear missiles come and touch down here in America, that's going to be it for Esau's rulership.
That's right.
You see, so they're not going to be able to fill the face of the world with buildings and stuff like that anymore.
That's right.
That's
right. I got one real quick. And this is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 14. Well, the point is in 2. I'm gonna start from 1. Verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Right. So Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna have mercy on Jacob. And who is Jacob? Jacob was one of our forefathers whose name was changed to Israel, who rested an angel. You see, Jacob represents you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans.
That's right.
That's who Yahweh Shema Shah is going to have mercy on, Israel.
Hey, brother. Oh, Slakia. Can you hold me Revelations, the 14th chapter and the 8th verse?
Yep.
Okay, you can read on, brother.
and will yet choose Israel
Right, he's going to yet choose Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans.
and set them in their own land.
Right, he's going to set us in our own land. And what's that? Israel, our homeland.
Mhm. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Right, and the strangers, which are the
Scattered Israelites.
kind
Yeah,
of the water
mhm.
road, the scattered Israelites, you see, they're going to be joined with us.
That's right. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right. And the point, verse 2,
Mm-hmm.
and the people shall take them.
Yep.
Right, and we, Israel, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, we're going to take them, these heathen nations who have been oppressing us,
Starting with the elect.
kind of start with the elect, you see, and we're going to take them, read on,
And bring them to their place.
and we're going to bring these heathen nations to our place, Israel.
Mhm. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Right, and we're going to possess these heathen nations in the land of Yahweh Shemashah, in Israel.
Yep. For servants and handmaids.
Right, and right there, it said for servants and handmaids. So that's showing you that these heathen nations, you see, they're gonna get paid back for what they done to us.
Mhm.
And when we come into power, you see, when we're back in our land, we're gonna possess these heathen nations for servants and handmaids. You see, they're gonna be working their ass off from sun up to sun down. You see, the only day they ain't gonna be working hard, it was like the only day they ain't gonna be working is on the Sabbath. But you see, other than the Sabbath, these heathen nations, they gonna be getting their asses handed to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If I could chime in right quick. I always refer brothers to this movie. Anybody know that movie Holes? You know what I'm saying? You digging those holes? Hey, that's exactly what your heathen nations gonna be doing, man. But you're gonna be doing it with your hands instead of a shovel, man.
Yep.
We're gonna have you working hard, boy. You know what I'm saying? Except on the Sabbath. That's it.
Yep.
You know, but on the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be in so much pain that you ain't gonna be able to enjoy that
That's
day,
right.
man.
Mhm.
And we only gonna be thinking of the worst things to do to you
Yep.
on the Sabbath, man. You know?
That's right.
That was
And
it on it?
no, it's more.
Okay.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Right, so we're gonna take you heathen nations. You see, starting with Esau, the so-called white man, on down to the rest of the heathen nations. We're gonna take y'all captives, who captives we were. You see, because we was y'all captives at one point, but now y'all gonna be our captives soon come, and that time is coming real fast.
That's right.
Yeah, the captives they were.
Yep.
You know, because they were captives, you know, over us, and now we're gonna possess them.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's it.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Yup.
Yep. And that's it right there.
Right.
Rule of our oppressors, because you
Yup.
heathen nations are oppressing us each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
It says, Ecclesiastes 7:7,
Mhm.
surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
That's right.
So we're constantly being angry in this society, man. Why? Because we're being oppressed, man. By who? By these other nations and 2/3 of our own people. You know? Which we're gonna get payback on you niggas too, man. You 2/3,
Yep.
don't think you're getting away. But right now we're going in on the heathens, but you 2/3 niggas, man, we're gonna get you too. We're gonna get you first, actually. You know?
Yep.
You want that Revelation 8, 11 and 8,
Revelation 14 and 8.
14 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
This is Revelations chapter 14, verse 8.
Right.
And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen. Is fallen.
Right, which is talking about America, man. America's falling right about now. You know, right now, America's falling rapidly financially.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been dropping spiritually ever since we known the truth, and we be pushing it hardcore, starting off with our apostles and it was a great millstone. America's falling, man. And it's only a matter of time for Yahweh Shimei Shah to destroy this place, man. By the intercontinental ballistic missiles and the laser beams from the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel. You know, brother?
That great city,
Right.
because she made all nations
Right, the heathen nations, the other nations.
drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, which is their doctrines, man. Here is a so-called white man going to these other countries, spreading his democracies, telling other nations what to do, man. This will come a point in time where Yahweh Shimei Shah is going to put his spirit on these heathen nations, and they just going to blow America off the daggone map, man. Because they're getting tired of you, man.
Yep.
The America's going around the world saying that homosexuality is okay, that a woman can rule over a man, oh, that women can get more rights, you know, that children can rule over their parents, you know, but these other nations are not having that, man. But the ones that are listening to America's policies and democracies in that day, they're going to turn on America as well, man, because America's allies are going to turn on them, man.
I got a precept to back you what you just pulled.
God.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon, aka America, have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. It reads on, that made all the earth drunken.
Right.
Right, so all the earth, you see all the nations that are upon the face of the earth have drunken of that cup. It reads on, the nations have drunken of her wine. You
doctrines.
see? Yep, kind. Therefore the nations are mad.
Right, therefore the nations are mad, man. Because like I said, once again, through the spirit of Yahweh Shimon Shah, America goes around spreading their democracies in all the earth, man. Forcing their democracies on other countries, man. You know? Other countries don't want that madness in their country, man. That's why they're fighting so hard to keep you out of their lands, man. You know? That's why these other countries are mad at America. You know, because America's nothing but a bully. You know? And soon, it's going to be like how Craig did Debo. You can get knocked out, man.
Yep.
You know? You're going to get blown out the face of the earth. You got something, brother?
Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay,
brother?
I got some. This is Obadiah chapter. This is Obadiah verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Right.
Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
That sounds like payback to me. That sounds like payback to me. Beautiful precept, brother. You know, upon all the heathen, man. Starting off with you so-called white people, man. Esau, Edom, man. And the rest of you other heathen nations. You so-called Africans, so-called Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, so-called Arabs, you Japhites, you so-called Samoans, Hawaiians, Polynesians. Any nation that's outside of the nation of Israel is going to be into slavery, man. You know, you're going under slavery, you know, because you had us in slavery and you still oppressing us to this day.
That's right.
Some more than others, you know.
So verse 16, huh?
Yeah.
Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain,
Which are the Israelites.
So shall all the heathen drink continually.
Right.
Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down.
Right, and what's they going to swallow down? They're going to swallow that drink of slavery, man. You know, they're going to get the worst beatings they could ever think possible happen to them, man. You're going to drink it, man. You're going to drink that cup. You know how, God.
Right.
Just like, you know how these Edomites be drinking that tea in England. You're going to drink that cup, boy. You're going to drink all of it.
And they shall be as though they had not been.
Right, man. So it's nothing but payback, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to be exterminated, man. Especially Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom is going to be exterminated, man.
Yep.
From out the face of the earth.
Shoot, man. That's right below that. I want it.
Which one? What, 18?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, you can get that.
Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Right.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
Which is the northern kingdom.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Wood.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them.
Right.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
And why is that?
For the Lord have spoken it.
Right, man.
That's right.
So after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery on Esau, man, we're going to put you in the pit and we're going to burn all you up.
Yep.
That sounds like fun to me, brothers. Am I right?
That sounds like a good time.
That sounds like a good time to me. You so-called white people like watching fireworks so much. Well, you gonna be the fireworks.
Shoot, they did it to us.
Right.
To cut you off, brother.
I know I was done talking.
They hang a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American on the tree, and they bring their children out. S'mores, marshmallows on the fire. They got a burning body on it, man. Sick, man.
Right.
But the same thing gonna happen to you. You gonna drink that same cup.
Yeah, you had Jake screaming. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all gonna be screaming too, man. And we're gonna enjoy every second of burning you so-called white people from off the face of the earth, man. You know. Now, of course, spirits never die, so you're gonna go back into the spirit on these other nations, man. Yeah. You know. But there ain't gonna be no more so-called white people anymore upon the face of the earth. You know, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Completely exterminated. Go ahead, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16.
Right.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Right, and they're devouring us now, man.
Yep.
By giving us GMO foods, drugs, these false doctrines, man. They're constantly devouring the minds of our people, man. And they're doing it even physically too as well, man. We getting our butts whooped by the cops. They're constantly devouring our people, man. You know? So they gonna get devoured, man. They gonna get their butts whooped and all that in the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right. It reads on. And all thy adversaries.
Right, the word adversaries means enemy.
Yep. So that goes for you, the rest of you heathen nations.
Yup, plural.
Elam, the so-called Daesh Indians.
Right.
Moab and Ammon, the so-called Chinese and Japanese. Ishmael, the so-called musty Arabs. You see, who else? The Hawaiians.
Hawaiians.
You said the duty-eating Africans?
Africans.
So-called duty-eating Africans, the Hamites?
Yup.
Shoot.
It says, every one of them.
Every single last one of them, man. Not most, not majority. Every single last one of them. Read on, brother.
Shall go into captivity.
You're going into slavery. You are going into slavery, and you're going to receive double for what you did to us, man. You know? Read on, brother.
It says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Which means rob, man.
That's right.
They robbed us for all the things that we have invented.
Yep.
You know, so they robbed us for all our money,
Yep.
our houses, and even our women, man. They got our women turned against us, man.
Our land.
Our lands. That's right, brother. That's right. You know? So everything that you own, we gonna own right back, man. You know, but double. We're gonna receive 100-fold. Read on, brother.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Right, man. Hey. And they're nothing but a bunch of predators, man. You know? All they do is just go around and just start slaughtering our people for no reason, man. Here it is that Jake can be in this car, just be riding down the street, and all of a sudden a cop pull him over and blow his brains out. All because they thought he was reaching for a gun. You know? Because ultimately they fear Jake anyway. You know? What you got, brother?
This is Psalms. I'm going to start at verse 2. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Read that again, brother.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
With pride, man. They're prideful that they took us down, man. You know? Read on, brother.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Right, you know what I'm saying? What's some of the crafty counsels that they take against our people? These experiments, man. Just like the experiment of project, the ghettos, man. You know, we're gonna put this group of people in a particular low condition area to see how they react, man. That's why they call it the projects, man.
Yep.
Because it's a project. It's an experiment, you know, and it worked well. You know, the elites continue to have our people in the ghettos, you know. So, but right about now, it's a bunch of gentrification going on. So they're moving our people right out. They're trying to make our people homeless as possible, you know.
It reads on, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, our people, man. We're the hidden ones, man. That's our people, man. You know. All they ever do is just plot and continually the plan on how they can take our people down, man. That's what these wicked elites do, man. You know, they continually do that, man. They make these unrighteous laws, man, on our people. You know, they constantly do it, man. You know, and we're gonna get payback for that. Lord's gonna be a part of that number.
Yeah.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, and they tried that during the time of slavery. You know, they was constantly slaughtering our people left and right, man. You know, but guess what? Yahweh Shemiah Rashad didn't let that happen, man, because the scripture says there is no end of all the people. So the so-called white man Esau Edom was going against the scriptures, man. You know, he was trying to say, oh, we're going to exterminate the Israelites, man. You know, because the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son ain't dealing with them no more, so we can exterminate them. You know, but nah, the Lord's like, nah, you can whoop up on my people, but guess what? You're not going to exterminate them unless I say you can exterminate them. But the Lord didn't let that happen.
It's the point right here.
What's up?
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
Mm-hmm.
They are confederate against thee.
Right, man. You know, and they do that place called what, the Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? Where they make all the rules, all the laws, all the declaration of the wars and stuff like that. They come in one consent. They try to be in one agreement on what they're going to do, man.
All these different nations.
Right, man. You know, that's why all you heathen nations are going to get your butts kicked in the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
Because you was a part of our downfall.
That's right. Going back to Jeremiah 30, 30 and 16, all that adversaries. You see, that's why you heathen nations, starting with Esau, the so-called white man, you see, you got to go head first to captivity because all y'all had a downfall on our own. All y'all had a part in our downfall.
That's right.
That's right. Right.
Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom.
Slack brother. I also wanted to add on about the hidden ones. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the hidden ones, and why we are the hidden ones? Because we lost our nationality during the time of slavery, man. You know, they beat our nationality out of us. Ultimately, it was Yahweh Shema Shah, of course, but they beat our nationality out of us, man. Now we call ourselves black, speaking English. Northern Kingdom, they conquered them. You know what I'm saying? They beat them until they put Spanish in them. You know, all these different tongues and languages, man. You know? So now we lost our identity, but now Yahweh Shema Shah is giving it back to us, you know, because He having mercy upon us.
Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom,
So-called white people,
and Ishmaelites,
so-called Arabs,
of Moab,
so-called Chinese,
of Hagarenes. Verse 7, Gebal, and Ammon,
so-called Japanese,
and Amalek,
so-called Jews,
and Philistines,
so-called Africans,
and with the inhabitants of Tyre,
which are also so-called Africans, man.
That's right.
You know, all the nations under the earth had us in slavery, and it was a part of our downfall, and they rejoiced doing it, man. These so-called Africans and Arabs rejoiced at our downfall. They rejoiced when they sold us to the so-called white man for what, wines and mustard guns, man. They enjoyed doing that, man. So you really think that we ain't gonna get paid back for what they did? You must be out your mind, man. You know? Got something, brother. I know you holding something over there. I can feel it. Feel it.
And this is Isaiah chapter 34. And the point is in 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right, man. And Zion's Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's a place. It's a people before it's a place.
That's right.
You know, and the Lord's vengeance is getting these paybacks on the other nations, man. You know, and Lord's willing, and He's going to use the elect also to get them some. You know, we're going to take these other nations to school, so to speak, man.
That's right. And you know, and if I can say, and if you read up on verse 6, it's letting you know, chiefly you so-called white people, you red Hebrew Edomites, or how the Lord's gonna do you. So
that's right.
You know, for edification's sake, just read verse 6, and it's gonna let you know how the Lord feels.
This is future judgment from Yahweh Shema Shah, who in the world only calls God and Jesus Christ. But I thought the God of the Bible was all about let bygones be bygones,
That's right.
man. You know, but it
turn
sounds like
the other cheek.
Yeah, I know, right? That Martin Luther King, man. Freak you, Martin Luther King, man.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah, man. You know, he wasn't nothing but a big phony anyway.
Exactly.
You had something to come?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it real quick.
Where how it go?
I think I found it. Yep. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which has been is now. And that's talking about the spirit. And that which is to be have already been.
Right.
And the Most High require that which is past.
Right, because they always say history repeats itself, right?
That's right.
You know? So, hey, history is going to repeat itself when we get you butts into slavery, but guess what? After that, you ain't going to come right, but you ain't going to come back at the power no more. You know? And the Yahweh Shema Shah requires that which was past, man. So all the rape, robbery, and murder, and all the wrongdoings that you did to our people, you're going to receive payback and judgment for what you did, man. To the Israelites, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. You know, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. We speaking according to the words of the Bible right about now. Because if we don't speak according to this word, there is no light in us, man. You know?
Right.
What you got, brother?
I got one more. I just gotta find it. It's in Exodus.
The one I'm talking about? Or?
How I go?
For your troubles against your brother Jacob, going into Esau.
For violence against their brother Jacob?
Yeah.
What's that?
I got one for you. Get Obadiah 1:18.
Okay, shoot, I just read that.
Yeah. Right? What is that?
I'm drawing a blank.
I got one. I'm trying to think of the scripture. Lock it, Israel. Give us 1 second.
Yeah, give us one moment.
Well, I know there's one in Genesis, the 9th chapter.
Oh, that might be it. I was just looking at, that's the spirit.
Man blood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Genesis 9:6.
You got it?
No, you get it.
Okay.
Still trying to find the one
You want me to read it?
You got it? Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 6. And it reads, who shall shed of man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the Most High made he man. Right, to be in order, man. So, you so-called white people, starting off with your so-called white people and you other nations, man. You know, since you shedded our blood, we're going to go and shed your blood, man. You know, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. That's payback right about there, man. You know? And for in the image of the Most High, or the Elohim, made he man, right, to be in order, man. You know? Right. Because we be in the image of the Elohim because they made us to be in order, man. You know, that's what that means. Yeah. You know? You got something, brother?
Yeah, you know that scripture it says in Exodus, if he be found in his hand.
What's that? Exodus,
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think that's Numbers.
Is it?
Numbers 35 and 33.
Right.
Oh, let me see. Slack and bear this one moment. I think that's Numbers 35 and 33. Well, I'll read it anyway. This is Numbers. It is?
No, I know what you're talking about, though. You can still read that, though.
Okay, this is the book of Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Right, payback, man. You know? For blood defileth the land, right? Because of all the rape, robbery, and murder that happened to our people by these so-called white people in these other nations, man. You know? And the only way how this land can be cleansed is by us getting payback on it, man.
Yep.
By Yahweh Shem Yahushua destroying this land, by that cleansing agent, the fire, and us putting our foot sideways up the so-called white man's and these other heathen nations' butt, man. And the 2/3 of our people are gonna be destroyed right along with it. You know?
That's right. You read that precept?
I believe I think I got one in Exodus.
What you got?
This is the book of Exodus 21 to 16. And he that stealeth a man,
that's what I was talking about.
And selleth him.
Bring yours to the.
Okay.
You want to break this down, or you want me to break it down?
Yeah.
You want me to do it?
Read it.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus 21 to 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Read that from the top one more time.
This is the book of Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man.
And that's what you so-called white people did. You stole us from the west coast of Africa, you see, and brought us on the cargo slave ships here to America.
Yep.
That's right.
And selleth him.
Right, and what did y'all do? Y'all sold us over here in America, you see, on the auctioning blocks.
Yep.
Men and women.
Auction blocks.
The water, bro.
Or if he be found in his hand.
And here it is, 2019. We're still found in you devil's hand. You red Hebrew Edomites. You so-called white people. We're still found in your hands. You see, working hard as hell as slaves, because that's what we are. We're slaves under you, you so-called white people. Right,
and the scripture says, "And the prey departeth not," man, which means we're still in the hands of our captives, man. You know. And it reads, he shall surely be put to death.
Right, so Esau, you so-called red Hebrew Edomites, you so-called white people, y'all can surely be put to death. You see, how? By the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, that's it. That's really about it, really.
You got it?
You got something?
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 48, verse 22. There is no peace.
No, not that one. 49, 22.
49, 22? Okay. 49. This is Isaiah chapter 49, verse 22.
Read it.
Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles.
Jump down.
23?
Yeah.
Verse 23, Isaiah 49, verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
Right, man. That's exactly what the elites of these heathen nations are going to do in the kingdom, man. They're going to come bow down to us, man. You know, start off with Yahweh Shem Shah, of course, because they get all the glory and all the credit, you know. But they're going to come and bow down to us, man. They're going to be calling us lords. They're going to be calling us masters, you know. They're going to become slaves, man. They're going to come back. They're going to be exactly what they are created to be, which is slaves under us, man.
That's right.
Read on, brother.
Yep. Lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
And that's the elect, man. Because we're going to wait on Yahweh Shem Shah to bring all these things that the elect is going to receive, man. You know, the women, the kingdom, the rulership, the power, man. The extraterrestrial bodies, man. The spiritual bodies to never sin again, you know.
That's right.
We got to wait on the Lord for that, man. The scripture says, wait ye upon me to the day that I rise up to the prey. You know, and all of this is going to be in the kingdom, man. You know, they're going to be nothing but slaves, man, servants and handmaids, man.
That's
You
right.
know, and if brothers want their slaves walking on their hands and knees, you know what I'm saying, and we put our foot on their neck while we eating or drinking or having fun, man, and we make mock of them, we can do that, man. You know, because you are slaves, man. You know, right about now we disobey Yahweh Shem Shah, so we're your slaves. But Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna flip it, man. You know, and you're gonna be the slaves, and we're gonna be the kings and the kings and rulers of the earth, man.
That's right.
And these are these other planets, you know.
That's it.
Oh.
Okay, you got something? All right. Well, Lord's willing, you know, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. You know, and before we close it out, we want to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Next up, double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, who taught us the 100% truth of the Bible and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all you brothers out here pushing the truth in 100% sincerity and diligence. And until next time, we say, Shalom.
Shalom. Kwame Asher Allah.
Kwame Asher Allah.